Tonight, why a ByWard Market business owner is blasting the city over its construction schedule.
Horrible timing that it is happening during the most busy time of the year for us, which is Canada Day festivities.
A key part of the area set to close and won't reopen in time for Canada Day. New details emerge about the investigation that saw an officer killed in the line of duty.
To lose 2 officers in this province within 2 days of each other is unbelievable.
Local first responders mourning in solidarity with the Toronto Police Service. Plus, if you're looking forward to LRT's East End extension, you may want to reduce expectations.
I really wish it would open to Trim Road sooner than later because it removes that whole bus component.
OC Transpo not committing to a launch date and focuses on fixing the bus schedule. Good evening. ByWard Market businesses giving the city a failing grade on its construction schedule and communication plan. Several have recently learned work on the ByWard Market Square is starting soon and won't be complete before Canada Day. They say it's not enough notice and they stand to lose money at the height of tourism season. The ByWard Market Square will be closed from George Street to York. The closure will also include the parking areas and plaza in front of EQ3 across from the entrance that formerly belonged to the Bay. CTV's Natalie Van Roy is joining us from where construction is scheduled to begin in 2 weeks. Natalie.
Stefan, that's right. It's supposed to happen right where I am standing, and temporary fencing will be installed here along the ByWard Market Square, the George Street Plaza, and here in front of the EQ3 Plaza as well. And small businesses just aren't impressed.
A lot of hand-pressed shirts here that I make.
Small business owner Cara Loop has set up shop right here in the middle of the ByWard Market Square for all of June and into July.
Notebooks. These are glasses that my friend makes. She's another small
The exact spot where construction is planned in 2 weeks.
I haven't heard about this construction until you brought it up to me, but I do think it might be a little disruptive, especially for the space.
The ByWard Market Authority says the 17-day closure from June 23rd to July 10th is to accommodate the installation and construction of Carré ByWard Square, a new outdoor hub that will feature pop-up vendors, live music, local food, and cultural programming. The city says the work is timed for the 200th anniversary this year and is designed to attract more visitors and support business.
I think it's a cool concept, especially from what you show me, like they're going to have like a green space there, because I do notice a lot of people come over here to sit, but I don't know if doing that construction right in smack in the middle of summer is the greatest idea.
The ByWard Market District Authority says the installation involves only a small area within a large district. There are no shovels in the ground, and the construction is only expected to last 2 weeks.
It's the busiest time of the year.
Maxine Hill has had this shop for 25 years. She wants the construction to be pushed to the fall.
We've got tourists from all around the world coming to Ottawa, and a lot of Canadians coming to Ottawa to celebrate Canada Day with us. And it's the worst time to think of having any construction planned for a 2-week span.
And the city says that pedestrian access will be maintained throughout this construction. CTV News reached out to the mayor of Ottawa, Mark Sutcliffe, as well as the councillor for this area, Stephanie Plante, but no one was available for an on-camera interview before airtime. Stefan.
All right, CTV's Natalie Van Roy reporting live for us on location tonight. Thank you, Natalie. Meanwhile, an area just outside the ByWard Market is top of mind tonight for Ottawa's Inuit community. This particular area has been a source of safety concerns for years, but now that police have cleared it out, they're feeling left behind. Members of the Inuit community say the pedestrian underpass at the corner of Rideau and Sussex was their safe space for large gatherings. CTV's Katie Griffin is here to tell us more about the clearance and Inuit concerns. Katie.
Stefan, there is a noticeable difference in the area after a crackdown in recent weeks. A group known as the Inuit Circle was approached by police right before we got there today, and they're raising concerns tonight about the loss of a place they've used for decades.
This is where Inuit gather.
Pitts has been coming to this spot at Rideau and Sussex for a long time.
Almost every day.
But recently, this area and underpass between the mall and the Senate has been noticeably cleared out over safety concerns.
We're not causing any problems. People who can't handle the alcohol. No. We don't want them around. They cause problems.
Nick is with the Inuit Circle, a group that had been gathering here.
Seems a bit more dangerous because usually they feel protected in numbers. Now they're all split up.
Ottawa is home to the largest urban Inuit population outside the north. Large gatherings like this, a common scene here for decades. In April, an assault left a man with life-threatening injuries. It's the same area where a man was stabbed to death in 2006. Ottawa police confirm there has been an increased presence in the area in order to support the city's revitalization efforts of the Rideau, Sussex area. Since May 1st, police say 4 tickets have been issued related to consumption of alcohol in a public place and trespassing. In a statement, the service says officers have been conducting proactive patrols and engaging with individuals through education and outreach initiatives aimed at discouraging open drug and alcohol use in response to concerns raised by community members.
It does seem better. They're still gathering some time, but it was very intimidating before. You know, we obviously have a lot of people who are unhoused here in downtown Ottawa, and so the concern is when we're cleaning certain areas up, like where are they being pushed to?
This group says the space has become dirtier since they've been displaced, and it's harder to do what they do.
We feed people who are falling through the cracks. We catch people as best as we can. And we're literally 3 people, 0 funding.
Gathering spots have now shifted to other parts of downtown. Police say they continue to work collaboratively with community partners to promote a safe environment for everyone who uses the space. Stefan?
CTV's Katie Griffin reporting live for us. Thank you, Katie.
Welcome.
In other news, transit users in Orléans are stuck in a waiting game for the East End extension of LRT, and it's anyone's guess as to when it will launch because OC Transpo isn't ready to give a date for trial running and is currently steering their focus in the direction of bus reliability. CTV's Leah LaRocque is back from City Hall and joins us with the details. Leah.
Well, Stefan, for nearly 6 hours today, councillors heard updates on a wide range of transit issues. One area that seems to be stalled, expanding light rail to Orléans. But one area that is seeing improvements in terms of schedule and run times are the buses.
Josephine Berthiam takes the train and the bus from Orléans to work.
I really wish it would open to Trim Road sooner than later because it removes that whole bus component, which is the most frustrating part.
But there is still no timeline for when the eastern extension of Line 1 will be ready.
Once I'm comfortable that all the equipment materials is in and that they have the ability to install it, and we're really tracking on that on a date, then we'll announce and we'll make sure that this committee is well aware when we're going to be doing the trial running, maybe a little pre-trial trial.
Councillors even questioning whether it will be ready by Labor Day.
Do we have an alternative plan if this is not running in the East End by September?
We're moving forward with our plans of having the full bus service for September service. And if the train is available, that's an added bonus.
Meanwhile, there have been incremental changes to bus routes, making them more reliable and on time. And OC Transpo says more changes are on the way. OC Transpo says by September, up to 30 routes that account for about half of ridership will be better.
It's better to promise 5 trips per hour and deliver them consistently than to promise 6 trips per hour and only deliver 5 unpredictably.
Old buses are retiring, and there are now about 120 e-buses in the fleet.
You have to realize having too many vehicles of that age, 18, 20 years old, you're not putting your resources to where you need to, and that's the focus on the maintenance of what you can maintain.
OC Transpo is also preparing for return to office, looking to boost service on up to 10 routes.
Return to office happens in July and then into September with school coming back. Is there going to be capacity available? So I was glad to see there is a list of routes that they're monitoring closely.
So what is the big holdup in terms of opening the eastern extension? They are installing a new smart bug on every single LRT vehicle that will monitor for potential spalling or irregular vibrations. Stefan.
All right, thank you for this, Leah. Still ahead, getting around the region on 1 tank of gas. Road trip ideas you can add to the list for family adventures close to home and on a budget. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam pointed towards Quebec Point. The temperature outside right now, 27 degrees. Jackie's here with our first look at the forecast.
Well, thanks so much, Stefan. Yes, it is 27 degrees, but if you even stepped outside for even 3 minutes, you feel that humidity, feeling closer to about 37 and at times 38. Right now, this is what it feels like across Eastern Ontario. Those humidex levels feeling more in the mid-30s. At times, it reached around 38, 39 in Kemptville as well. And this will continue for another day. Those overnight temperatures, while it will be 20 degrees, it might be uncomfortable for some, feeling more like 28. Precipitation will be clear, partly cloudy skies for the overnight into early tomorrow morning. It will feel very similar to what we see today. Mucky weather, a slight chance that we could see some isolated showers moving in as well. Daytime high 31 degrees. Strong winds will be the difference for the afternoon. We're keeping a close eye on this. But again, that humidity will feel closer to 38. We'll get a closer look at your long-term and weekend forecast in just a bit. Stefan.
Thank you, Jackie. Canada's policing community struck with grief and mourning in solidarity tonight. An officer was killed in the line of duty, shot in Toronto during an active exchange of gunfire. 43-year-old Constable Mark Pinizzato was with others investigating a link that could be tied to the U.S. consulate shooting in March. CTV's Beth McDonnell reports.
43-year-old Constable Mark Pinizzato was a husband, father to 14-year-old twins, and a Toronto police officer for 18 years. Today, while executing a search warrant, the specially trained member of the emergency task force was shot and killed.
Our teams met with Mark's family at the hospital to confirm this devastating news, and they are grieving a profound loss. Words cannot describe the pain they are feeling.
I happen to know the mom very well for 20 plus years. Their grief is shared across this entire city.
The shooting happened around 5:40 in the morning at a residential tower near Black Creek Drive and Trethui Drive. There was an exchange of gunfire. The Special Investigations Unit says Pinizzato entered a fourth-floor unit when a suspect fired the first shot.
A man discharged his firearm at an officer, resulting in the officer being struck. A second officer returned fire, and the man was struck multiple times.
A 19-year-old suspect is in custody, sent to hospital in critical condition. Police say Pinizzato was rushed to Sunnybrook, but despite heroic efforts, did not survive. The tower where Pinizzato was shot is the same building where last summer 8-year-old Javai Roy was hit by a stray bullet and killed. In this case, many woke up to the sound of sirens and saw tactical officers with guns. Police have been guarding the lobby and the unit where shots were fired.
I was terrified. I was so scared because I'm looking out the window. I'm like, oh my gosh, not again.
And then when I went to drop my daughter off at the school bus, I seen all the blood and stuff in the lobby.
From Sunnybrook, Pinizzato's body was carried in a procession to the coroner's office. The grief and sadness of this day overwhelming for his fellow officers. This police salute a show of solidarity. Described as a dream recruit, they have now lost one of their own in the line of duty. Beth McDonnell, CTV News.
First responder agencies here in Ottawa have issued statements of condolences, and the one from Ottawa Police reads like this. We extend our sincere condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of the Toronto Police Service Constable Mark Pinizzato, who tragically died in the line of duty today. Our thoughts remain with the Toronto Police and all those impacted during this profound loss. We have breaking news to bring you right now. A section of Highway 401 westbound is closed in Prescott after a serious collision. The westbound lanes are currently closed between Edward Street and Merwin Lane. Ontario Provincial Police say the crash happened just before 5 p.m. and involved 2 tractor trailers and 2 vehicles, and that multiple people are injured. We do not know exactly how many people are injured or the extent of those injuries. Police are warning drivers to expect a lengthy closure. We will bring you updates as soon as they become available. Ontario Provincial Police have arrested a second person in connection with a homicide in Perth earlier this spring. 34-year-old Christo Allison Richards was found with life-threatening injuries in Last Duel Park on April 12th. He later died in hospital. A 32-year-old woman from Ottawa was just charged with accessory after the fact to murder. Last month, a 46-year-old man from Perth had already been charged with conspiracy to commit murder. 2 men from Ottawa are facing charges of second-degree murder, but remain at large. There's more fallout tonight after the Ottawa Catholic School Board decided to eliminate bus attendance for students with special needs. Now, questions are mounting about exactly who was consulted before the decision was made. CTV's Caitlin Wilson joins us live with the latest developments. Caitlin.
Yes, Stefan, it's a move that will impact roughly 100 students and their families. Bus attendants help support students with medical, behavioral, and mobility needs during the ride to school. And while the board says support will continue through a new model, parents say they still don't know what that support will look like when school starts in the fall.
It was very upsetting, actually.
It's a move Jimmy Ruggiero says has left parents scrambling for answers. Earlier this week, he received a letter from his son's school saying come September, the Ottawa Catholic School Board is concluding its bus attendant service. It's a support his nearly 18-year-old son has relied on since elementary school.
My son is, he's acquired brain injury when he was young, and he has medical complexities. He's fully dependent in all areas of his life.
The letter says the board is transitioning to a model where transportation support is coordinated through healthcare partners such as CHEO. But CHEO tells CTV News it was not involved in this decision by the Ottawa Catholic School Board and became aware of the change after parents and families began reaching out with questions.
That was extremely frustrating. I can't even explain. I felt like a lot of messages that were sent out weren't accurate.
A decision now facing scrutiny from disability rights advocates, saying school boards have a legal obligation to accommodate the needs of students with disabilities.
They had a duty to consult these parents before reaching any decisions. If the school board's been providing this accommodation, they would have to prove why they suddenly decided the children don't need it anymore.
The board says the decision was shaped by feedback from parents, but many parents told CTV News they were never consulted. In a statement, the OCSB says student safety and well-being remain our highest priorities, and bus attendants are not healthcare professionals and are not responsible for providing medical care or medical assessments during the transportation.
My son is nonverbal too, right? He can't communicate how he's feeling. Even if he has a seizure, no one would really know. And my concern would be a bus driver has to focus on the road.
And for Ruggiero, the biggest frustration is the uncertainty.
We need clear communication from the board to know that, we're going to feel safe. We're knowing that our kids are not just kind of pushed to the side.
And CHEO says it's actively working to better understand the changes and is committed to working with the school board. Meanwhile, the board says it's contacted families directly, but none of the parents we've spoken with say they've heard anything so far. Stefan?
All right, CTV's Caitlin Wilson with the latest developments on this. Thank you, Caitlin. Quebec passed a new bill today banning the sale of energy drinks to anyone under the age of 16. And if you're of age, it will also be illegal for you to buy it for them, which is much like the sale of cigarettes and alcohol. The province becomes the first Canadian jurisdiction to prohibit the drinks that have become wildly popular. CTV's Kimberly Fowler joins us with more details. Kimberly.
Well, Steph, the vote in Quebec's National Assembly was a resounding 103 to 1. Now, this all comes in response to the death of a 15-year-old in 2024 who was drinking Red Bull while on an ADHD medication. Teens under 16 years old who break the law can be fined $100, and retailers can face fines up to $62,000. Health experts warn that energy drinks are overloaded with sugar and caffeine, and dangers can arise when you combine them with other stimulants, especially in a growing child.
A younger person is going to be more sensitive to the effects of caffeine. And you add on top of that some kids are also taking medications for ADHD. The combination of stimulants with caffeine can prove fatal.
Some experts, they expect that other provinces will follow suit. Now, Quebec will have to sort out all the logistical issues of how the law will be enforced, such as proving age by carrying ID, removing energy drinks from vending machines, and what to do if energy drinks are ordered from delivery services like DoorDash or Uber Eats. Now, the new rules, they will come into effect in Quebec in 6 months. Steph.
All right, age restrictions in Gatineau, none in Ottawa. Very interesting. CTV's Kimberly Fowler reporting live for us. Thank you. With less than 24 hours to go, Toronto and Vancouver say they are ready to host their respective World Cup games, and the first one on home soil is tomorrow. CTV's Heather Wright reports on the biggest sporting event in the world coming to Canada.
4,000 kilometers from where the World Cup officially kicks off today in Mexico City, a mariachi band opened the festivities at Toronto's Fan Fest. A sea of green, with Mexican fans coming out to watch their team kick off the 2026 World Cup.
Viva Mexico! We are so far from Mexico right now, but we can feel the vibes right here in Toronto.
Toronto's official World Cup motto is "The World in a City," fitting for the most diverse city on the planet. These friends traveled from Mexico to Toronto just to experience the atmosphere of a World Cup.
I mean, you ask all these people around here, they're from all over the country, all over the world, to come and watch a match, so it's exciting.
Toronto will host 6 matches over the next 3 weeks, while 7 will take place in Vancouver. Residents can expect road closures, heavy traffic, and detours on game days, with both cities asking people to park their cars at home and take transit. Canada opens its tournament tomorrow here in Toronto, and Mayor Olivia Chow says the city is ready.
Thousands of people working together. We are so ready. The world has arrived to the city of Toronto.
No World Cup is without controversy, and ticketing has been a big one this year. Much of the criticism has been leveled at FIFA and its dynamic pricing strategies, which has led to some of the most expensive World Cup tickets ever. The City of Toronto has also faced backlash over its decision to resell its tickets to corporations at a higher price, a move the mayor defended as a way to keep costs down.
No property taxpayer has to pay to host this game.
So a total of 2 matches today in Mexico, with things kicking off here in Canada tomorrow. Canada versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. That match goes at 3 p.m. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto.
And we will have live FIFA World Cup coverage of that game tomorrow right here on CTV, but it means we're giving you a chance to watch that instead of CTV News at 5. CTV News at 5 will be back on Monday. Coming up, we go live to an event happening this hour hosted by a local restaurant brand, all in support of a very worthy cause. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Stefan. Very humid out in the capital right now, and much of eastern Ontario. It will be very similar to tomorrow. 22 degrees to start, but by the afternoon into the late evening, we are anticipating humidity levels to feel closer to about 35, 36. Yes, the greatest chance for some isolated showers to move through will be between noon and 4 p.m. But by 8 p.m., it's likely going to clear out, and temperatures are going to start to cool down as well. Here's a live look. There are Centennial Glass sky cam. It is muggy out right now in the capital. 28 degrees, the current temperature, overlooking Macdonald-Cartier Bridge.
Ottawa is always on the move.
We're a big city
with a laid-back vibe,
where foodies love their sweets
and markets bursting with flavor,
wrapped up in waterways
and hot summer days.
This is a city where culture is on display.
And the future
meets the past.
Where people come together.
Always proud.
Often loud. Whee!
And positively the best place to live.
We move with you, Ottawa!
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:24, and taking a live look at the roads. The busiest stretch of the Queensway is west of the downtown core this hour. It's heavy volume between Parkdale and Pinecrest in the westbound lanes. Eastbound lanes is heavy between Bayshore and Parkdale. Well, every Thursday, we want to put the spotlight on 3 good things happening in our city.
That's right, Stefan. We begin tonight with a local soccer star who is in the spotlight. CTV's chief news anchor Omar Sachedina sat down with Jonathan David ahead of Team Canada's first game tomorrow for a series of rapid-fire questions.
Ready, set, go. Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Favorite hype song?
Dreams and Nightmares McNeil.
Cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. Favorite pregame meal?
Pasta.
Favorite postgame meal?
Pizza, a burger, chicken nuggets.
Favorite place in Canada?
Ottawa.
Ottawa. Favorite place. David staying loyal to the capital. He also shared the people he most looks up to, his parents.
I love that. I love that so much, and we're going to be sharing more of Omar's interview. Sit-down interview with David later in this newscast. But up next, Jackie, a celebration of Francophone culture here in Ottawa. The The annual Franco-Ontarien Festival is getting underway this evening. They were setting up at Majors Hill Park earlier today. Francophone artists and performers will be taking the stage over the next 3 days. The festival wraps up on Saturday. Tickets are available online.
Okay, festivals getting underway.
That's right, festival
this is
season.
one of them. And just right across the street, or I guess across the river, I should say, we have another event that's taking place this evening. Finally, a local restaurant brand helping raise funds for an important cause. Now, this is a live look at Tavern on the Hill, also at Majors Hill Park. Tavern Group is hosting its first annual Tavern Charity Cup for Cancer tonight. It's all in support of the Ottawa Cancer Foundation, and there's some friendly competition, games, and prizes. This event taking place at all 4 Tavern locations, on the Hill, on the Falls, at the Gallery, and on the island.
My goodness, the Hill is busy tonight. That's almost the place to be. You can go to the festival, participate in a worthy cause, fundraising games, and all this heat as well.
Yes, and I'm glad that the rain has lifted, or we aren't anticipating any more rain for the next few hours.
That's right. Stay cool out there, folks. Do you have a story for us to include in our 3 Good Things segment? Something light, happy, a community event, or notable achievement to brighten up the day? Send your ideas to ottawanews@ctv.ca.
3 Good Things is brought to you by the new Oak Tree, hand-built for life.
And Jackie, the weather appears to be cooperating for that event at Tavern Restaurants tonight. The rain holding off for much of the day today, but the hot, humid weather is definitely sticking around. It felt like 39 earlier today with the Humidex. And Jackie, as you know, I don't burn very easily, but stepping outside of the air-conditioned car, I definitely felt like it was a sunscreen day.
You really do feel the difference between an AC'd area and just walking out there. Within 2 to 3 minutes, you feel that humidity just pushing it through. I took a walk to check out the World Cup action just around ByWard Market, and one of the bar owners just said, a lot of people aren't using the patio, even though we have the TV set up. It is way too hot. They want to stay inside. And hey, you're not wrong about that. You do want to stay indoor on a day like today because, yes, it is 28 degrees. We didn't quite hit 30 degrees, but when you factor in the humidex levels, it felt closer to 38 at times. It will feel very similar for the overnight into tomorrow. That's right, tonight's lows sitting around 17 to 20 degrees. Cornwall, 20, and cloudy. Brockville, very similar as well. Petawawa, partly cloudy skies, 17, but that humidity factor is still going to feel closer to the high 20s overnight. So you may not want to leave your windows out open. It could be quite stuffy. Now, taking a look at tomorrow, we are anticipating another humid, heavy humid day. 37 is what it's going to feel like in Ottawa. Brockville, 34 when you factor in those humidity levels. In the afternoon, we are anticipating some heavy winds picking up as well. We'll have more on that in just a bit. In terms of precipitation, mainly cloudy skies to take us through our Friday. There could be spots of some isolated showers moving through as well, but it's not anticipated to last very long. By the time the wind moves things through, 7 p.m. rolls around, mainly clear skies as we head into our weekend, I should say. Now, for the wind speed, starting things off Friday afternoon, it's really going to pick up to at times 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. This is going to likely happen between 3 p.m. as well into 7 p.m. So it will lighten up later on in the evening, but anticipate some heavy winds if you are thinking of heading out to the patio as well. Now, right now, across the country, you can see that warmth is really moving its way to the Atlantic region. 29 in Fredericton right now, lots of sunshine. Halifax as well at 23 degrees. A lot of that warm up still sticking in northern parts of Ontario and Quebec. Timmins is at 29 degrees. 30 in Windsor with partly cloudy skies. The cool down is really beginning in the prairies where temperatures are hovering around the mid-teens, about 15 in Regina and Saskatoon, as well as Edmonton, but they have a lot of unsettling weather moving in, and we will likely see those cooler temperatures hit this region in the next couple of days. Now, taking a look at our 7-day forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business. Again, a reminder, 30 degrees, the anticipated daytime high for Friday. We'll feel closer to 37 at times. Saturday, though, more fair weather day, 28 degrees. The humidity will likely actually drop for Saturday, much more comfortable, 28 degrees, lots of sunshine as well. But we could see some anticipated showers for Sunday, daytime high 25. And look at Monday for the rest of the start of early next week, going to be in the low 20s. So much more manageable conditions.
I love daytime highs, but I also like looking at the overnight lows. So, you know, if you go out and make sure you don't need a jacket to get back home. So it looks good. Very comfortable.
Looking forward to next week's event.
Welcome to the mini chalet at Lac Philippe.
Still ahead, start the car. We're about to take you on a one-tank trip. We begin a summer series to show you great places to visit that are close to home. First up, Lac Philippe.
The biggest ever World Cup kicks off.
And that is the only goal of the World Cup.
The massive spectacle in Mexico as Canada prepares for a historic home opener. Full details tonight at 11, also on Crave.
CTV News community and weather anchor Jackie Perez. Weeknights.
If you're considering a road trip this summer, you're likely thinking of the high price of gas. Well, we want to help with day trip ideas. Tonight we begin our summer series called One Tank Trips, highlighting places you can enjoy from Ottawa on a single tank of gas. We'll start with a nearby campground reopening this weekend for the first time in 3 years. Fasten your seatbelt for a one-tank trip into Gatineau Park. Our destination, the beach and campground at Lac Philippe. From downtown Ottawa, it's about a 45-minute drive. CTV's Peter Sperling hits the road.
Pack your sleeping bags, tents, and a bag of marshmallows.
Super excited.
A popular camping destination in the National Capital Region is once again ready for visitors.
There's going to be a lot of differences.
Following 3 years of major rehabilitation work, the newly modernized campground at Lac Philippe opens Friday.
It's all about visitor experience.
One of the first to camp, Catherine Verreau with the National Capital Commission.
Just seeing people around, how they are happy, how they feel about the new campground, and, experiencing it for myself.
The NCC says the renovations upgraded the essentials, including electricity and drinking water. But there's also this four-season indoor pavilion, revamped campsites for RVs, and of course, for tents.
And if camping in a tent isn't necessarily your thing, well, there are 10 brand new mini chalets.
Welcome to the mini chalet at Lac Philippe.
Complete with a queen bed, bunk bed, fridge, sofa, and kitchen essentials, runs for about $150 a night.
So if you're looking for something a little bit more comfortable, this is a great option.
Part of the revamped experience is an all-new camp store.
Lots of local products, really trying to connect the Gatineau Park with the region of Lepage.
And yes, bike, canoe, kayak, and paddleboard rentals too.
This is for everybody.
The NCC says this is the first significant rehab since the 1950s.
We wanted to reinvest in this important spot. It's such a key part of Gatineau Park. It plays such an important role in offering an opportunity for people to connect with nature, to go camping close to home, or for people further afield.
The summer camping season runs starting this Friday until October 12th. Peter Sperling, CTV News.
You can find more details on the Lac Philippe campground on our website, and you can head to ctvnewsottawa.ca all summer for more on our One Tank Trip series. Now, for some other stories you need to know right now, hundreds of thousands of people across the country are set to lose Canada Post home delivery. The Crown Corporation says it's converting an additional 485,000 homes across Canada to community mailboxes next year. That's on top of the more than 135,000 addresses previously announced. This next phase will impact homes here in Ottawa, but Canada Post so far has not provided specific postal codes. The change is part of Canada Post's plan to modernize the service as it loses millions of dollars.
The main finding is that the Alto Corridor already represents a significant part of Canadian tourism, and that better access between the major cities in the corridor could generate significant additional economic benefits.
A new study prepared for Crown Corporation Alto is suggesting the proposed high-speed rail line could provide a significant boost to tourism in the capital. The study looked at tourism patterns in major cities along the suggested route and considered how high-speed rail in other countries impacted local tourism. It found the Ottawa-Gatineau area could see an estimated annual increase in visitor spending between $21 million and $560 million, depending on how much the city capitalizes on the rail line. Ottawa travelers wanting to escape the cold this winter will be able to take a direct flight to Turks and Caicos. Porter will launch non-stop service between the Ottawa airport and the sunny destination starting December 17th. There will be flights on Thursdays and Sundays throughout the winter. Earlier this year, Porter announced direct flights out of Ottawa to Aruba, Montego Bay, and Los Cabos. Those start in November and December. Strawberry season is officially underway here in the capital. Shoalhaven has their roadside stand up and running on Prince of Wales and at several other spots across the city. Their pick-your-own strawberry fields are also open for the season.
Brunson gets it, fires up a three. Shot no good. The chip, it's gone. It's gone. Bedlam here at the Garden. They can't believe it.
The New York Knicks are one win away from their first NBA title in more than 50 years after an historic comeback last night. Former Raptor OG Anunoby tipped the ball in with just over a second left in the fourth quarter to give the Knicks a 107-106 lead, bringing the star-studded crowd to its feet. The team can secure their first title since 1973 with a win over the Spurs in San Antonio on Saturday.
Playing in front of our friends and family, I think it's a moment that can't be replicated.
Coming up, we hear from Ottawa soccer star Jonathan David as he gets set to represent Canada at the FIFA World Cup.
Get the latest live, local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
It's just one more sleep until Canada's first ever Men's World Cup match on home soil, and the country will be looking to Jonathan David to deliver. The Ottawa soccer star is Canada's all-time leading goal scorer. CTV's chief news anchor Omar Sachedina sat down with David ahead of tomorrow's game.
Currently with Italian giant Juventus, he was born in Brooklyn, moved to Haiti, and then to Ottawa at the age of 6, where he learned to embrace his new home, but never forgetting his roots and holding on to both on the pitch and off.
And my personality is Haitian, you know, the way I act is Haitian, so it's normal that I keep this connection over there. I think it's a part of me that could never go away. So of course, we all know the situation is hard over there, but the people will always keep faith because, you know, they believe in God and they believe that today will be tomorrow will be a better day than today, so.
That faith has also got him through devastating personal adversity. His mom, Rose, died of cancer.
You lost her so young.
I did, yeah, 19, but now I'm 26, you know, I think back and I say I'm lucky to even have had her for 19 years because I know some people don't grow up with dads or mom or loses them even earlier than me, so I'm grateful for the time I had with her.
In an emotional moment, he held the flower bearing her name on the field in tribute.
What kind of impact did she have on your life and on you as a soccer player?
Wow, on my life, everything, you know. I grew up with my mom. For me, she was like my best friend. Told her everything. We spent a lot of time together. So yeah, about football, for her, it was always school first, you know. So if I didn't do my homework, I didn't do what I had to do, you're not going to practice, you know.
The focus clearly paid off. He set his sights on playing in Europe, winning the Golden Boot for the Belgian club Ghent. That led to a record-setting transfer to the French club Lille in 2020, where he won the title in his first season and became a goal-scoring machine. Always returning to play for Canada, where he became its all-time leading goal scorer.
He cannot stop scoring goals.
A streak he hopes to build on in his second straight World Cup in a matter of days.
To welcome, you know, the biggest sporting event in the world in our country, you know, playing in front of our friends and family, I think it's a moment that can't be replicated.
Omar Sachedina, CTV News, Toronto.
Can't wait for tomorrow. Coming up, Elon Musk's SpaceX will become a publicly traded company tomorrow. That story and more from our BNN Bloomberg newsroom.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
It's time now to check in with our iHeartRadio Weekender, Tanea Taylor. Tanea.
Starting things off today with the Navy bike ride. It's happening Saturday at Hog's Back Park. It encourages healthy living through cycling while raising funds for the Navy community. Registration remains open until Saturday at noon, with on-site registration also available during kit pickup and event day registration too. Next up today is Festival Franco Ontario, and the 51st edition of this festival. It kicks off today at Majors Hill Park. It features 3 days of live performances and unique experiences, including a 360-degree virtual reality journey through Ottawa's history. Last on the list today is Fiesta Cubana Fest. This 2-day celebration of Cuban music, dance, culture, and food gets underway tomorrow at TD Place and marks 5 years of bringing Cuban culture to Ottawa. As usual, lots more happening this weekend around the capital. The full list and all the details at ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, I'm Tanea Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
SpaceX shares start trading tomorrow, and today we found out what the initial price will be. BNN Bloomberg's Mirella Fernandez has those details.
This is one of the most talked about initial public offerings of the year. Shares will start at $135 US tomorrow. More than 555 million shares are being sold, only about 4% of the company. SpaceX is known for its rockets, but it also has an AI division and Starlink, its satellite business, which is the only part of SpaceX that makes money. Elon Musk is already the world's richest man. Tomorrow, he could become the world's first trillionaire. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar down a fraction to 71.63. West Texas Intermediate is down to 87.71. Western Canadian Select is up to 75.82. And the TSX shot up 520 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Mirella Fernandez.
So I made this acoustic model here, and I used a process of acoustic beamforming to localize everything.
Coming up, we meet this impressive Ottawa teenager who just won some top prizes at a national science fair. Jackie.
Well, thanks, Stefan. That humidity sticking around for at least one more day. While we are getting to a daytime high about 30 degrees, it'll feel closer to 37. We will see a little break in that humidity. By the time Saturday rolls around, it will feel closer to a true 28 degrees. Lots of sunshine, no precipitation in store, but we could see the return of this on Sunday. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. A little muggy out there right now, showcasing Quebec Point. It's 28 degrees in downtown Ottawa.
Hey. CTV and TSN 1200 want you to be the Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week. Your team could win $1,000 for new equipment, tournament fees, or an incredible team party.
Shoot us a quick video uploaded at ctvottawa.ca. Whether it's hockey, ringette, choir, band, or any team in between. Each week, the winning team will join us live in studio at CTV Ottawa at 6 to claim their prize.
Enter today for your chance to be Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week.
Tomorrow on Your Morning Ottawa, we're checking out this week's new movies with Matt Demera's Mr. Hollywood, including a dystopian sci-fi movie. Tune in on CTV or stream us live on Crave at 6 a.m.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
We're back with the final check on the weather forecast now. Jackie?
Well, thanks so much, Stefan. One more day of this crazy humidity that we are experiencing. 22 degrees to kick things off. Mainly cloudy skies, but it will feel closer to 30 when you head out the door. Hopefully, you'll get some AC and reprieve for tomorrow. Daytime high 30 degrees. We'll feel closer to 37. It will likely be quite windy in the afternoon with wind gusts between 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. And by Saturday, should be much more reasonable. 28 degrees the daytime high. Lots of sunshine. And look at those overnights. Much more manageable. Low teens. Looking forward to that. Stefan, Kimberly?
Thank you, Jackie. And it's time now to check in to see what our news team will be working on tonight at 11:30. Kimberly Fowler will be at the desk.
Well, Steph, look out for any updates on the 401 closure in Prescott. Westbound lanes are shut down. Very serious crash that's happening out there. We also have Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals they're on. Korea, Republic, and Czechia. They kick off their World Cup campaigns tonight. And if you're someone who crosses the U.S. border often, you can benefit from having a Nexus card. But if you apply for one, make sure you don't pay fees that you don't have to. CTV's Pat Form will have more on that story tonight. And you can get the news anytime, anywhere at ctvnewsottawa.ca. And join me tonight for CTV News at 11:30.
All right, thank you, Kimberly. And finally for us tonight, guys, an Ottawa high school student recently won big at a national science fair for developing a device he hopes will change the way patients are monitored after they have a major heart attack.
I want to see the practical use applications and the clinical applications of my work, specifically for patients, because it's a non-invasive technique and it doesn't need to use any invasive biopsies that are currently being used. So cardiac fibrosis.
That's grade 11 student Karan Kirpalani. He developed a device using sound waves to track a common condition that happens after a heart attack called cardiac fibrosis. Kirpalani landed top prizes at this year's Canada-wide science fair, receiving tens of thousands of dollars to pursue his research. Ottawa proud.
Fantastic. I can tell you, I wasn't doing that when I was in grade 11.
No, neither was I. So thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. That's CTV News for this Thursday. CTV News continues online anytime with our digital team keeping you up to date at ctvnewsottawa.ca. And you can also watch our newscast live on the CTV News app. And for news on the go, of course, you can listen to News Talk Radio 580 CFRA. It's hot and steamy out there. Make sure you put on that sunscreen. You're going to need it tomorrow as well.
Yes, one more day of this humidity. It will likely break by the time we get to Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not complaining, Jackie. I'm not complaining, I swear.